live.
And we're live! Welcome to the Week 3 Swolecast here on FantasyInsiders.com. I'm David Kitchen, joined by Davis Mattek and Dan Gaspar, a.k.a. Mr. 05, and Evan Silva from Roto-World. Evan, you're looking sharp with your NBC polo.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's from it's from the early 70s.
Yeah, are you gonna do are you planning on doing a broadcast, like just hopping on and going on with Collinsworth, or what?
No, man. I'm here for the Swolecast. I'm here for average Amari week.
All right, we got a lot of questions. Davis, I think you summed it up perfectly when you were talking about this is going to be an interesting week because ownerships are going to be kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I don't think there's consensus chalk at any position outside of D'Angelo Williams at running back on both sides. I think that there are price points that pretty much everyone, reasonable people, can disagree on pretty much everyone. I think there are legitimate arguments against Tannehill. I think there are legitimate arguments against Andrew Luck, against Hilton, against Dorsett, against Charles Sims, against
What's the argument against Tannehill?
That he's Ryan Tannehill. That would be the main. That's my main. Yeah. That's the main counter argument there.
And the thing that scares me with Tannehill is the this Cleveland team is so bad, they don't need Tannehill to do anything. Bad defense with some downs. Evan, what's your take on that?
Well, the nice thing about Tannehill is that the Dolphins don't have a running game. I mean, even if they had Arian Foster in there, they wouldn't be able to run the ball because they have 4 left tackles on their offensive line and no Mike Pouncey. So in order to salt the game away, they're going to need to keep throwing in the fourth quarter to Jarvis Landry.
Yep.
And I think that's what makes Tannehill really, really safe. And I think he's got a high floor and a high ceiling this week in just pretty much a nut spot. I mean, he's a huge favorite, really strong team total. The Browns have actually sort of been a funnel defense. In their first 2 games, they played pretty good run defense, but they've just gotten smashed by the pass. Can't rush the passer. Joe Haidt was out of practice today with a groin injury. And if Tannehill fails this week, I'm quitting.
It's set up perfectly for him, especially on FanDuel. Tuttle, what are your thoughts on quarterback going into this week?
Yeah, I'm kind of all over the chalk as well this week with you guys. On FanDuel, Rivers is, I think, a little bit more expensive of kind of the chalky options with Tannehill being in there. So Rivers could actually see a little lower ownership percentage than what we're going to see out of him on DraftKings. But he's a really good play, obviously, as well, going up against the Colts in one of the highest scoring games of the week. I think I like him as an option in cash games. But I think I'm riding the Tannehill train with you guys.
Oh, don't drag me into that.
Yeah,
I'm not playing.
I'm not riding the Tannehill train completely.
Let's play Ryan Fitzpatrick instead.
Fitzpatrick and Rivers, I think, are my cash game quarterbacks this week.
Oh.
With outside chance, Mariota makes it.
Yeah. See, this is where on DraftKings, for me, it's Mariota and it's Dak Prescott. I think Dak is going to eat for his price.
Too.
Thank you, Evan, for his price tag. This Bears defense, it's people. I mentioned this on the SiriusXM show last night. People forget how good Dak Prescott was during the preseason. This is a preseason defense that he's playing against the Bears because they are so depleted from injuries.
I'd just rather play Zeke.
I mean, it's got to be the worst possible spot to take him when they're a 7-point favorite. You think they're throwing up 10? That's going to be first down, second down, third down rushes. I just don't think the only way Dak has upside is if they're in a close game, like week 1 when he threw 47 times.
Our buddies over there at 4 for 4 say that quarterbacks are actually in a better spot when they're ahead, when they're the favorites.
I mean, the math checks out on that, over the long run.
Wait, you're saying a team that puts up more points than the other team has quarterbacks that do better.
Yeah, well, some people say that
that's groundbreaking news right there.
Well, some people
Teams
play
that
the
produce points
guys that
best
have to
fantasy
come back
performance.
from like multi-touchdown deficits as the guys they want to play. Evan, go
I'm
ahead.
saying on a macro level that analysis is correct, but on a micro level with this team that hates to run a bunch of plays, they take the play clock down to 1. They have an offensive line. The entire team is constructed around running the ball as well and as much as possible. They're using 3 different running backs right now. I don't see like a 4 touchdown game from Dak at all.
Okay, great. I mean, I don't need a 4 touchdown game from him.
Okay, but it's much more likely that, Mariota, Tannehill, Rivers, Luck, like these guys can be week winners for you.
Yeah.
I would love to know the argument for Ryan if are the Chiefs have 18 week to 26 week to Brock Osweiler. Brandon Marshall's bang. I do think for me, Davis.
So that we from inside the universe. The course of the year, the Chiefs are going to play like a funnel run. Really good PFF grade last week. A lot of the times, I think history of doing.
Oh, it's kind of a
on a macro or historic. The QBs from a upside foul. Thanks, Leone. Comment.
That's for level. This is not
used last week against Josh McCown as by game kind of process.
Kenny Walker is
off Mariota. I like the most concern. The Titans off really no rhythm now to their offense. Make a great throw Friday to head sign and play the best playmaker.
Yeah. For Andrew Luck, who would you put as Rodgers?
It's Luck.
I've got Luck. I want to know.
I'm a Brit because everyone in chat
is frozen.
Yeah, the stream is
just not